Hello and welcome. We recently had to make the tough decision to choose between two amazing national parks. So from Seattle, we could either drive north to North Cascades or drive south to Mount Rainier. And we have decided to drive south to Mount Rainier, which is where we are right now.
This whole time I've been searching for the wrong thing. She's my cat.
So from the parking lot, we can see that there is a lot of snow on the ground, but we're still gonna hike anyways. It should only be about 1 mile over to Myrtle Falls. Well, it might not look like much, but this is the trail.
I don't even know where to go.
Here, I got it. This way. That way.
Oh.
Yeah.
This way?
Yeah.
There's nothing that can keep me from inside. Oh, I'll pull you close for the rest of my life. I'll keep you love safe here and locked in my chest. Yeah, ooh, baby, no, I love you to death. I'll keep it short and sweet and say it again. Your love safe with me.
Go, Claire, go.
So if you are looking for the more iconic views that you see in the pictures on Google of Mount Rainier, we would probably suggest that you come in July because we are here in mid-June, and because this place gets so much snowfall, the snow still hasn't quite melted. So if you want to go frolic in the meadows and see all those summertime wildflowers blooming, come a little bit later in the summer.
So planning for Mount Rainier National Park has been a lot more difficult than I expected, just because there is so much snow still and a lot of the roads are still closed. So there's even parts of the park that we won't be able to go to. So definitely come later, like Claire said, but right now we're just planning on going to a few smaller trails because if there is snow, we can kind of just endure it and still get some really awesome views of the park.
So the highlight at Mount Rainier is very obviously Mount Rainier. So essentially, you kind of just go to many different parts of the park and you see different angles of the mountain. And so we were just at Reflection Lake and we got to see a tiny reflection of Mount Rainier because of course the lake is still frozen over, but I bet in the summertime it's just probably beautiful being able to see both the mountain and then also the reflection. All right, final hike of the day. We are going to take the Snow Lake Trail down to Bench Lake.
And of course, there is Mount Rainier. And a lot of snow on the Snow Lake Trail.
No! If you slid all the way down.
At least make it to the camera and we'll turn around.
Why make it to the camera?
Because we at least got to get the camera and it's a goal. All right, well, we have probably made it 100 feet from the parking lot and we don't have the right equipment, so I think we're gonna turn around.
Now comes the horrible part. We're just going back down that.
There's the road, just to show you how far we made it. There's the mountain, always watching.
I told Chad, no, we shouldn't. He's like, let's just make it up this hill. It's like, what's the point? We have to go right back down. So we really did try our best with that trail, but we came across one other couple that was also on the trail and they were fully decked out in snow gear with skis and snowshoes and everything. And so we decided that we should probably just get off the trail because they were already slipping and sliding and falling. So I'm really glad that we did. And we are now going to head over to our camping spot for the night.
Burn the scorecards, balance out the scales.
So we just pulled into our camping spot for the night and we're surrounded by these super tall trees. And I think my favorite part is that there's just so much land. Like there's no one else here. And we also have a fire pit. Oh yeah, and then we also have access to this beautiful blue river right over here. Chad's enjoying it. So tonight we're gonna have quite an interesting meal because I'm just kind of taking all these ingredients and piling them together and making a nacho dish without cheese. So we'll see how it tastes.
I believe to be true, just to hide the fear.
The amount of garlic shots we've gotten on this trip.
Yeah.
Claire's balloon is about to be in the next like 5 videos.
Yeah, we didn't want to leave it, so we're like, let's just bring it with us in the van. And that's like a third person's in the van with us. I do like it.
It makes our campsite look so festive.
Underneath what's detectable with eyes, every particle's vibrating with the same light.
Yum yum.
Time to add the beans.
Who's right and wrong? And tell me, where are we headed? How can we all belong when all our logic is colliding and it's constantly dividing me from you?
It's my favorite time of day. Dinner and a movie
you
with
go,
my
Chad.
favorite person.
So damn those eager protestations on your tongue. Shut your brain up long enough to hear the lowly hum.
So tonight we started writing the script for our 1-year road trip documentary, which will be airing in the end of July.
Hopefully, yes. As things,
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. I'm really excited about it. We have a lot that we want to say.
Yeah.
It's just going to be interesting trying to capture and condense that all down to a 30-minute video.
Right, so it's not really going to be an overview of what we did all of this year. It's kind of going to be a more in-depth look at what we were thinking while doing all of this.
And how we were impacted by what happened in this van.
Right.
But while we were working on the script, we also were editing our next video. And it was really nice while we were editing the script, we were able to listen to the sound of the water and our fire crackle. So it was just really nice being out here.
Yeah, very relaxing evening. And so tomorrow we're going to head back into the park, look at Mount Rainier from a couple more angles, I guess.
Yeah. Hopefully we can find some other hikes, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. But until then, good night.
Good night. Well, good morning from a rainy van. Last night it was really nice being able to listen to the pitter-patter of the raindrops on our roof.
Yeah, I think I slept for a solid 12 hours because I've just been really tired recently because we've been visiting a lot of people and catching up on so many videos because we definitely got a little bit behind. So last night, resting without any service was just really great for my health. So wonderful.
But now we're about to make some lunch and it's going to be really pretty.
Yes, it's going to be vegetarian too.
Yes.
So the last time when we went to Olympic, I made a salad with apricots in it and we loved it so much. So this time I went and got some nectarines and we're gonna make a similar salad but with a different fruit. And then also, hand me the grapefruit, Chad. We got a grapefruit! We both haven't had like a grapefruit for like a million years. So we decided to get one to share. And I remember when I was a kid, whenever we got a grapefruit, they would always cut it in a very specific way so that it could then sit on our heads like a little hat, and I always thought it was so fun. Good memories from the grapefruit. So the final result that we have is a salad with a grapefruit and lime dressing with nectarines, of course. And we've got the grapefruit, and then we also have a tomato soup, a creamy one actually. We got this, I guess, recipe from his great aunt. So now we are going to add it to our weekly diet because it's really good.
So we've made it get back into Mount Rainier National Park, and it's a very rainy day today, but we're actually going to walk over to some overlooks in 2 different directions. Hopefully we can see Mount Rainier, but it is really cloudy, but there might be some breaks in the clouds. Anyways, we're going to try that out. We got our trusty umbrella with us, and we're just going to try to make the most of it.
Well, I'm having trouble sleeping and I'm stuck on my side, 'cause I haven't figured out this faith of mine. But the problem isn't sitting on a wooden pew, it's the digging through the dark parts we've been doing.
So we are currently walking through Box Canyon, and what's really interesting is that a glacier used to be here, and as the glacier was sliding down, it actually polished all of the stone that you can see behind me. And what's really cool is this rain is adding to all the green moss that has grown on the stone, so it just looks so lush and beautiful.
So be still, you don't always have to have an answer. Be still, you'll be fine with a little bit of doubt. So be still, you don't know.
So our very final stop here in Rainier National Park will be Grove of the Patriarchs, and then we'll head on out.
Well, I'm figuring out, you don't always have to figure it out. Well, I'm listening hard for the voice in the room, like your baby wishing with the barren moon. So I'm staring down into the eyes of fear, 'cause I've learned to hear with more than me.
So bouncy.
Pretty nice trail.
I think you just like boardwalks.
I do, it's nice. Better than mud.
I like the mud.
I just would like to add that the reason I don't like the mud is not because I'm a diva. It's because my feet are literally soaked to the sock. And for some reason, Claire's are not.
I'm a more careful walker.
No, it's the boots.
No.
So be still, you don't always have to have an answer. Be still, you'll be fine with a little bit of.
So I am standing by some gigantic trees, and apparently they started growing about 1,000 years ago when there was a huge fire that basically decimated the forest but added all these new nutrients so that these giant trees could grow. It's crazy. This one's exciting.
Big mama here.
So be still, you don't always have to have an answer. Well, I'm figuring out, you don't always have to figure it out.
So we've just made it back to the van, and we were actually both really, really hungry. I think that salad from lunch digested very quickly through our body. So we're gonna drive out of the park and then go make dinner.
Well, the rain has been truly relentless today, so we are going to make dinner under the blue light of our tarp.
Yeah, Washington has been so beautiful, but it is so rainy here. I'm very glad that our rain guards are finally being used. So tonight we're gonna have something rather simple because we're both so hungry. So I'm just chopping up some red potatoes, and then I'm gonna make an Italian herb potato hash. And then over here I have some beautiful baby broccoli florets that I added some garlic to, and I'm gonna put some lime on it as well. And then we're gonna have some delicious chicken, which I'm actually not gonna cut for once. Oh, what? I've been cubing our chicken this entire time just so it cooks a little bit faster, but I'm gonna leave it whole and we'll see if it tastes really good.
I have added some support to our rain tarp situation. We have random drops coming, but it's much better than being in the rain.
It dropped in my eye. Sprayed it. Like washed my contact around.
Look at that concentration. Chef Claire. Why do we choose to do this to ourselves?
Oh, it's like it'll be so easy. Yeah, if you're in like a normal kitchen, it's not pouring rain. But when it's done, you you feel super grateful and you eat it so happily.
Yeah.
So it's always worth it. I'm pretty proud of this one, with the conditions, but I really like it. I think the chicken not being cut makes it look really pretty on the plate. And Chad said the potatoes were good because he ate the one that dropped on the ground. So I think it'll be a good dinner.
Yes.
So after dinner, we drove 2 hours over to Yakima, and we are now in a Walmart parking lot. But I think seeing like what happened tonight with like the rain and just the amount of effort it took to cook dinner, it kind of does tell you how difficult van life, or I guess tiny van life with 2 people can be at some points.
We were kind of reminiscing on the car ride, just talking about how this really is not easy. And for a while, we've been having really good weather and the conditions have been great, but we forget just how rugged living in this tiny van is.
Yeah, definitely. And I know we make it look easy when, you're just editing a video and you just kind of put a whole cooking montage all together, but you don't see that it actually takes like an hour to an hour and a half to actually just get one meal on the table. More recently, as we're starting to wrap up our year in the van, a lot of people have been asking like, why don't you just keep on doing van life for a couple more years? And
it's because it's bittersweet. Like, I do love being in the van, but it's not what I want to do for the foreseeable future, especially in this van.
So when you look at other people living in this van, they're usually not doing it full time. And if they are, it's usually just one person. It's actually quite rare to come across another couple who's been doing it full time, traveling and working together and living in here for 12 months.
Yeah.
And it's so not easy,
Just gotten really used to it.
Right.
Yeah.
I know like a lot of couples, they do trips together, like maybe 4 months max. But when it comes to like 12 months, you really start to go delirious at some points. And it kind of just seems like a haze living in the van. Even though we're going to miss living in this van so much because it was a really great experience. I do feel like we really got the most out of it. We got all the great parts. We really learned so many lessons, and we're so
many
grateful for that.
breakthroughs.
Yeah,
like as a couple and with ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's been really good, honestly.
Right. And we're very comfortable. And anytime we get really comfortable in something, that's usually, I guess, the spark to essentially go back out and be uncomfortable and do something else that we might not be very knowledgeable about. And so that's why we're really excited for international travel because, we really don't know much about it. And we're excited to kind of learn that and learn a lot about ourselves from it. But with that, we're probably going to end the video here. Thank you guys so much for joining us in Mount Rainier. I know we couldn't do too many things because the snow was still melting and because it was raining today. But if you do come at a later time in the year, you would have a magnificent time. So definitely check it out if you're ever in the Washington area. But until then, we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
This whole time I've been searching for the wrong thing. She's my captain, she's the sea. She's the sun on my back, baby, believe me. She's my captain, she's the sea. She's the sun on my back, baby, believe me. Believe me. Believe me. You found my heart in my mind, fighting for my bones. And I'll never have to brave the cold.